If you follow me on any social media at all, I'm so sorry for the amount of Taylor Swift content you've been getting. My TikTok algorithm took me from book talk to Swift talk, and here we are. Hey y'all, it's Bear, and today I'm here to do the folklore book tag. We will get to that in a second, but I do have a fun announcement that I want to tell you. I've been doing so many announcements at the start of my videos, and the announcement is that I have created the Last Great American Readathon. This is based on the song, The Last Great American Dynasty from Taylor Swift. This is a Taylor Swift themed readathon, which, yes, it has been done before with Swiftathon and 'Tis the Damn Readathon, both of which I participated and enjoyed, but I wanted to create my own and add to the Taylor Swift Booktube cinematic universe. So, I want to run it for a round and see how it goes, but I do have plans for more. Each round will be based on an album from Taylor Swift. September, because it's my birthday month, I wanted to do something fun leading up to my birthday, so we're going to do it for 1 week in September, from September 1st to September 7th. There are 6 prompts, as well as a group book. The group book I will always try to make fit the prompts as much as I can, and they are as follows. Number 1, read some poetry. There's a lot of poetry references in folklore. I feel like folklore is a very poetic album. It's some of her most beautiful writing. Number 2, I think arguably some of the most popular and well-loved songs from folklore are the love triangle songs, August, Cardigan, and Betty. So I want you to read a book that features a love triangle. Next, because I love having like cover related prompts and folklore is very grayscale, black and white, read a book with a gray cover or gray on the cover. Number 4, read a classic or a retelling. Folklore has, like I said, a lot of literary references. Taylor Swift's recommended a lot of classics, has referenced a lot of classics in her songs, and I feel like classics just fit folklore the best. There's a lot of spiritual references in folklore, ghosts and hauntings and stuff like that. One of my favorite lines from the whole album is, "And I've been meaning to tell you that I think your house is haunted." We're gonna read a book with some ghosts. And then finally, read the group book, which is going to be Horrid by Katrina Leno. Does this not fit, like, the folklore aesthetic very well? I think it does. So right here, this will at least knock out 3 prompts. It's a primarily gray cover, it has ghosts, and it is the group book. So right there, that's, you know, that's 3. So most of this will be happening over on Instagram. I'm also going to try and post recommendations for each prompt over on the Instagram. So make sure you go follow TLGA Readathon, the Last Great American Readathon. Like I said, we're going to do the folklore tag. I will leave the original creator link downstairs, as well as some iterations from my friends that I really enjoyed, so make sure you go check those out. I originally saw this on Eric's channel from Break Even Books. First prompt, the one. What is a couple that you don't agree with? And that is most of the couples in Rick Riordan books, but specifically Jason and Piper. I have issue with this a lot. I don't buy into it. I don't think Jason and Piper are a good match. I don't think they were ever a match. I don't like this couple. Number 2, Cardigan, a book you love, but the ending disappointed you. For me, that is The House on Abigail Lane by Keelan Patrick Burke. I thought this book was very good. It's very creepy. It's kind of a haunted house nonfiction style book, so it's like all of these records of these like hauntings that have happened in this house. I will not spoil the ending for you. I was very shocked, and I liked it upon reading it. I was like, oh man, that's fucked up. But I feel like it doesn't give much explanation, and I need things to be explained a little bit for a book of this, like, stature. The Last Great American Dynasty, a villain you can't help but love. For me, that's going to be most of the villains in The Alchemist or The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel series by Michael Scott. Specifically, John Dee, the Morrigan, and Machiavelli. Everyone has their own motivations, and most of them are POV characters at one point, so you get into everyone's heads. This is like a 5-6 book series, but I think it's great, and I didn't root for the villains, but I had a lot of fun with who the villains were in these books. Exile, your favorite hard-hitting dark contemporary. For me, my brain immediately went to Exit Pursued by a Bear by E.K. Johnston. This is a retelling of The Winter's Tale that follows a girl named Hermione Winters who is drugged and raped at her cheer camp. It's one of the best explorations of PTSD I've ever read, specifically my PTSD being a sexual assault survivor, and I think it's fantastically done. It's also very short. I tapped this one. Next, My Tears Ricochet, a character death that destroyed you. The only one that comes to mind, because I tend to block out character deaths, or at least their impact on me, I block a lot of it out, but the one that I really think I can pinpoint is Julian Diaz and Cemetery Boys. This is not a spoiler because Julian Diaz is dead and a ghost at the start of the book. Dealing with being dead, I think that gets me more than his actual death. I think the impact of being dead tends to hit me harder than actual character deaths in books. Next we have Mirror Ball, which is my favorite from folklore. I don't understand why people say it sucks. And this is a character that went through major character development. For that, it's going to be all of the characters in Zoraida Cordova's The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina, specifically Orquídea herself. This is a multi-perspective, multi-timeline novel that follows Orquídea Divina in her past as well as her descendants nowadays, dealing with this mysterious man who is coming around and stalking them. The journey that you see from Orquídea being like a little girl to becoming a tree is just, it's impeccable. This book is fantastic. Next we have 7. What's your favorite childhood book? And I've talked a lot about childhood books on my channel, specifically like horror ones, but I kind of wanted to throw it a little bit farther down. I have 10 Sly Piranhas by William Wise, pictures by Victoria Chess, and this was my favorite book that my first grade teacher would ever read to us. It teaches you counting and subtraction, and it's about these 10 piranhas who are like eating each other, and you know, there's like a song that goes for it. Next we have August, which I think is also in my top 3. You have to pick your favorite summertime read, and for me, I think that's going to be King and the Dragonflies by Kaysen Callender. I feel like Kaysen Callender writes very summery books, but King of the Dragonflies I think fits the mindset of summer the most. This feels like childhood summer. It's like hot and sticky and the air is making you sweat and you're feeling all these feelings because you're a kid, and it was so good. Next, This Is Me Trying. What is a book that pulls you out of a reading slump? If you don't know the answer to this, then hi, you must be new to my channel. It's Mooncakes by Wendy Zhu and Suzanne Walker. I have read this book probably 17 times. Childhood friends reconnecting and becoming lovers. It's like found family vibes. It's just so good. If I haven't convinced you to read Mooncakes yet, then I have not done my job as a booktuber. Next, Illicit Affairs. What's a guilty pleasure read? I don't believe in guilty pleasure reads because I don't think I should feel guilty for reading something that I enjoy. Next, Invisible String. Who is your book boyfriend or girlfriend? I feel like I don't answer this question ever. Kai from Trail of Lightning, he's just so fucking charming, and like, I could see myself having like a fun relationship with Kai. Rebecca Roanhorse, please give me more in this series. I've been waiting. I need more Sixth World books, please. Please, I know you're busy with Black Sun. Please. Thank you. Next is Mad Woman. Who's your favorite strong female protagonist? I can grab it off the shelf without even looking. Noemi. Epiphany, a character that has to overcome a lot. Epiphany makes me cry every fucking time. But a character that has gone through a lot, I am going to say Eva Evergreen from Eva Evergreen Semi-Magical Witch. Everything that Eva goes through, from being like people talking down to her, both magical and otherwise, having to save this town from this huge storm with her small bit of magic that she has. It's just, Eva Evergreen, such good middle grade. I need to continue the series. Next is Betty, a character that deserves better. Can we agree on Hide and Seeker? Justin, I want to do everything in my power to protect this child. I love Justin, and I need him to be safe and happy and healthy, and he's not, because he's being hunted by this entity that wants to kill little kids in hide-and-seek games. Like, just everything that this poor child goes through. And yet he somehow manages to be like a beacon of hope amongst his friends and a leader amongst his friends. I love Justin. He deserves the fucking world. Next is Peace, your favorite fictional couple. Bonus points if they've been through a lot together. I have a full review video of May the Best Man Win by Z.R. Eller, and I've talked extensively on my channel about my love for this book. If you want to watch the review video, I will leave it up here for you to go check out. Definitely, if you want to hear more in-depth thoughts, check that out. But this basically follows two boys named Lucas and Jeremy, who are lovers to enemies to lovers, who are fighting to become Homecoming King. They just go through so much together, from like Jeremy's discovery of his gender and Lucas's family member dying, to like fighting each other and threatening to kill each other for Homecoming King. And then like having feelings and friendship dynamic. This book is so good, y'all. Read this book. And then finally, Hoax, a fictional breakup that destroyed you. I'm gonna go with Alice's breakup and Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. The one that happens at the start of the book whenever Alice's girlfriend breaks up with her because she is asexual. As someone who formerly identified as asexual, I was terrified that no one would ever love me. It really hit home for me, specifically dealing with her asexuality and her hang-ups on dating based on the fact that her ex-girlfriend was very shitty about her sexuality. Things that I was scared of actually happening to a fictional character. So it was a lot to read, but I really enjoyed it, and I would highly recommend this one just in general. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell and all of that stuff. Go check out my social medias and my Patreon down below. You can go follow. Go check out all of the other videos from people I've left down in the description and answer the comment question of the day. I have a couple. I want to know your holy trinity off of folklore. I think I've decided that my holy trinity is Mirror Ball, August, Epiphany. That feels correct. Also, let me know which album you would like to see me do next for the Last Great American Readathon. Obviously, Red should happen in November. If you don't have time, you don't have the spoons, you don't have an answer, or you don't want to answer, let me know you made it all the way until the end of the video by leaving me an emoji, preferably a yellow heart or a smiley face emoticon. Alright, I hope you have a wonderful, whatever it is, wherever you are. I will see you next time with another video. Thank you. Okay. When I pulled up and said get in the car, and then I canceled my plans just in case you call. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, meet me behind the mall.